Crows go to the left, Tigers to the right. Now Bond's got the job on McGuinness. John Northey suggested that might be the case. Wren has been in spectacular form. Deer in his 150th. Listen to the crowd. Tregenza's at it early with the Bauer. Anderson went in hard, swung a high handball. Greg Deer, quick kick away. 3 premierships to his name. Naish almost. Bickley, first touch for him in a long time. To Jamison, always neat. Goes to centre wing. Lip tap. Big roar from the crowd as the Crows get it past the half forward. And just running it over Kellaway. He's got the job on Hall by the look of it. And there is the Richmond interchange, with Neil closest. He kicked 4 against Collingwood about 3 weeks ago. Then Murphy and Daffy.
Well, the ball's on half-forward line for the Crows. There's Bickley. Listen to the roar of the crowd as it comes down to it full forward. All trying to suck it off the ground with Modra. Turner is there. Here's Wayne Campbell. Bring it around the boundary line, rolls close to the line, and Greg Deer happy to see that over on centre wing. It's slightly towards half forward for Adelaide. An electric atmosphere. Players going in very, very hard in this first couple of minutes. Looking forward to the clash. The young gun, Wren, versus experienced Deer. Wren won that one. It's handballed. Further across to Free. That was from Broderick, the former Fitzroy player, to the half forward line. Fitzroy a chance. Brought down the ground was Rogers. Still a chance as Naish trying to get down onto the right foot. He does that well. Centres the ball. That's good play. He's looking for Gale. Gale against Pittman. They race back after the bit of holding going on there. Pittman was grabbed. Socked away by Pittman. And listen to the roar of that crowd.
Yes, well done by Big Pittman. Benny Hart's got the job on Broderick in midfield, which he's done that a few times. Very versatile player is that fellow. Rashuda the job on Campbell.
Kellaway's got Smart Ross.
Yes. Howitt's got Hall.
McDermott swings a handball wide. Knights and Anderson. And just forced forward by Anderson and out of play. He's been terrific this year, Anderson. Ex-McGarry medalist. He's got some mates who've won that in this Crows team. Maxfield's got the job on him. Played a lot of cross half-back this year. Edwards over the top. McGuinness. I think he's still the youngest ever to win the McGarry medal, McGuinness, when he was at Glenelg. He's a 17-year-old. Might have turned 18 in that year, but he's done a lot, hasn't he? Footscray best and fairest, Crows best and fairest, AFL team. Been a wonderful player.
Oh, there's a big thump by Wren, and that's a 30-metre thump right around a true centre wing position. Breeze favouring the end, but Richmond is kicking too. I would imagine they'd have to go into quarter time with a 3 or 4 goal lead. There's Deer. Taken away by McGuinness. Handballs to himself. Tony Free, the captain. Caught high. A bit of free kick now. The umpire calling play on as Free breaks away and brings it to the half-forward line. A good mark taken by Jamison. Off he goes. The Maynard. How often do those two combine? To the half-forward line. Good mark by the shooter. Now he's looking for Modra. On the lead. Out he comes Modra. Oh, good mark. It was a difficult mark. Listen to that crowd, Russ.
And that's the sort of lead that everyone's been looking for Modra. That's the area they've been critical of his play, that he hasn't run quickly to the space. Now, you can argue certainly that the ball hasn't been coming down in the fashion he would like, but you still must present yourself a little more directly, not go to the pocket. So he's done well there. Good kick for Rashudo too, Pete.
He'll kick from about 48 metres he'll kick from. He kicks out, waiting for the breeze. And he swings it back right through the middle. Good start to Modra. So Adelaide pour first blood to their champion full forward.
Yes, and well done by Rod Jamison across half-back. He's been a terrific fill-in there. Well, not so much a fill-in, he's actually taken over at centre half-back. They had a void there. Maynard had played there initially in the first couple of years, but then Jamison's taken over from a forward area to a wing, now to centre half-back, and he was the fellow who started that, and Modra finishes off.
Modra with the first goal of the match. Adelaide go out of the centre again, as Peter McKenna said. Richmond kicking with the breeze. Here's Tate, rookie, who's played very well for the Tigers. Naish, big fly, brings it to ground. Knights tries to get around, caught holding the footy. Gone.
Yes, he was saying he got touched high first, but Bickley gets the free kick. Gee, that'll be a good duel if Bickley can last the game.
Some skill between those two running midfielders. Bickley back into the heart of the centre square. Terrific player, this fellow, the 19-year-old Rashudo. His kick to Modra a moment ago was terrific. Puts that to the space. Good mark by Tape. He's got a bit of Andrew McKay about him, I reckon, Tape, the way he runs and doesn't fall over. Not a good kick, that one. Tregenza's got it. Half forward now, Hall on his own. He should kick it to him. He does. Awful looking kick, Tregenza.
Well, that's the weakness in his game, isn't it, Ross?
Well, it's just watching the Sydney-Collingwood game beforehand, the comment was made about Jason Daniels. He gets the ball often enough, but just lets himself down with his kicking. That's an example by Tregenza of a similar thing.
It's quite balmy here, 16 degrees. It's been very cold winter so far in Adelaide and also Melbourne. McDermott's quick kick. Chance for Liptak. He really should kick this. He does. It's an ominous start. It's just what the Tigers did not want with the breeze behind them.
Yes, and 5 and 6 of Chris McDermott's teammates cut him and say, well done, skipper. And then Liptak, watch this for perfect roving. Okay, a little bit of a favourable bounce there, but McDermott, ball to boot. Attacked there by Howard. In front, couldn't do much more, but well read by Liptak.
Well, a lot of people criticise the kicking of Chris McDermott, but he gets his boot to it quickly.
And if you're getting it forward, it's advantageous anyway, Pete.
So great start to Adelaide. Things a little bit ominous. Now, there's Knights getting it forward. And Ben Hart, he's shuffled off the ball. The umpire's found a free kick to Hart at half-back. Hart, a low trajectory kick. That's a good kick into the breeze. Rashudo almost took it. Then shuffles it out. A quick kick comes down towards the half-forward line. Racing back with a flight is Chris Bond to take a safe mark. Former Carlton player. Had a fine season too. Only 45 AFL games, but a real little goer. He's got the job on McGuinness. To the half-forward line is thumped further afield, and the umpires found a free kick to Edwards in that marking contest. Stuart Edwards. He's had knee problems. You can see that left knee heavily strapped as he brings it in towards full forward. Gale, that was Richardson actually underneath it. Here's Gale. Bring it back towards Richardson. Lee gets his boot to it. Here's Brendan Gale taking it towards the line, and finally it rolls over.
Left forward pocket for the Tigers. McGuinness and Bond will go together. John Northey lavish in his praise for Bond before the match. Wren and Deer. Free kick to Deer.
Oh,
fans won't like that. Neither will Sean Wren.
Well, that's the most experienced umpire there, Rowan Sawyers, on screen, who adjudicated there.
It looked like 6 and 1/2 dozen of the other, didn't it?
Well, that's the part of our rules, Pete, isn't it? It's all open to interpretation. Yours will be different to mine, as it often is.
From the pocket, Greg Deer in his 150th. He's kicked just one goal this year. Doesn't come in too close to the man on his mark. Squeezes it there, and Pittman takes the mark.
A free kick. Holding on, going to Matthew Richardson.
Against Wellman by the look of it. So the Tigers will kick their first goal from this free kick.
So 2 contentious free kicks there given by the same umpire, Rowan Sawyers.
Richardson from the goal square to kick his first. He's got it. The 19-year-old gets the first for the Tigers, and they needed it badly, and they're within 6 points.
And the problem there is if you're going to try and retard a player, then you are then open to penalty. Watch this here. Richardson pulled down behind the line by Wellman. That's where the free kick came.
Well, no doubt about that free kick. The Tigers need a few more in this term. Here's Maxfield rushing his way through the pack. The long kick, that's the way to play it. They've got a lot of high markers up there, Richmond. Ben Hart got it well. Sprints away, brings it to Anderson. Anderson at half-back, kicks it wide, and he's found Mark quickly. It doesn't take him long to get into the action. Finds McDermott. Out wide is Pittman. Look at him, way up on centre wing. Brings it to half-forward, the mark taken by Rashudo. Where's Modra? He's ducking back. Oh, Modra and Turner. Modra, they both miss it. Oh, it's a goal! Oh, you wouldn't believe it. Rashudo has kicked the goal from way out of half-forward into the breeze.
And what a start he's had. He's had some very important possessions here. And Modra made a lead to his left, but you saw the open goal square there to Rashudo. Modra got back in time, but he and both Turner missed that. Well played by Risciuto, and again, good quick running there by Pittman too to get away from centre half back to create an opportunity going past McDermott.
Adelaide by 2 goals. Risciuto prominent early. McDermott gets it from Wren. Robbed by Free, couldn't go forward. Maynard, McDermott round his body again. Tate goes hard, hip and shoulder, good, but in by Bickley. Hart's handball to Liptak. Liptak's awkward looking kick out on the full.
That's the back kicks to Tony Hall, one from Tregenza earlier on. Excuse me.
Can make a difference to a forward too. Hall would be wanting an early kick, and he's been in position twice, and the ball's gone out of bounds. And John Howard, oh, hang your head in shame. Big hook on that. Maynard, centre wing.
No one on the mark.
Back in the Hall direction. Smart went with one hand. Howard, McGuinness tried to toe poke there. Bond caught. Scooped away by Howard. Tape's handball, not accurate, but I guess defensively sound to the boundary, and Free running it over. 5 out of 5 Adelaide, and 3 of them have been crushing. Last year they just walked in at the MCG when Modric kicked 10, and he kicked 13 in the return bout here. This should be much more competitive. Bauer, robbed by McDermott. Free kick Crows. No, going to Richmond, sorry. Umpire Saws originally went Crows' way with his arm and then back towards Richmond. Bond's got the free kick at centre wing.
So Chris Bond will be looking for those high marking forwards. Now here's one of them, Richardson in front. Over the back is Maynard. He should come back towards the boundary line, which he does. Maynard was there, but he overran it. Well, that could be a free kick to Adelaide. And you listen to the roar here. Free kick to Wellman. He's got a big job, Wellman, on Richardson as he brings it to the half-back line. Wren in front against Deere. And that was a bit soft, and maybe a little bit above the...
That's the even upper, eh?
I think so. Here's Wren. A wobbly old kick, but he's found Scott Lee, and this side looks better with Lee and Liptak back in this side. To the half-forward line. Is that a mark to Risciuto? Umpire said no. Here's Risciuto again. He is burning as he gets it towards Liptak. Liptak to McGuinness, who sprints over the left foot. Oh, fires it in a goal, but the ball had the wrong curve on it and went to the left instead of the right. One behind to Adelaide.
Gee, easy for me. That could have gone back to Risciuto, wasn't he? Cutting a path through there. That quick one, it went left instead of coming back right. That's the option the player sees. Easy from here.
Front spot, Wren thumps it away, back inside 50, McGuinness and Bond. Little free kick there to McGuinness, hanging on. Bond was saying it was a bit of both.
Yes.
It's a thumping kick. You'd have a great, on the run you'd say for sure from here, wouldn't you? Loves nothing better than to charge in from about 50 metres and pop these through. And Chris Bond upset with the umpire there, an exchange. And McGuinness will kick from just inside 50.
Cool.
It's a good kick, look at that one. Sails through. Hey, Roscoe, you'd have to worry a bit about this breeze when you just popped the couple from about 55.
Yeah, well, it's almost negligible really, Bruce, from here, but then on the ground in the previous game it was favouring right of screen, and as Pete said, if Richmond don't get a bit of a hurry on and have a couple of goals break going into quarter time, it makes it pretty tough. Having said that, Adelaide is showing it's not tough to kick goals against the breeze, and usually as nightfall comes the breeze drops off a smidge.
19 points, Adelaide in front by, as Matthew Knights gets in a quick hand pass to Free. For the half-forward line, some holding going on.
Yeah, Richmond's free kick.
And it is going the way of the Tigers to Naish. A difficult game to umpire so far. There's a lot of scragging. Naish from directly in front will kick from, well, they'll actually kick from right on 50, I would think, here. And they need it, the Tigers. Now let's see, Scott Lee, yes, holding on. Definite free kick, well umpired there. I think it was Rowan Saws. So Chris Nuts directly in front, normally accurate. It's wobbling, it's close, but it is missed to the right. So I think they need everyone they can get. Adelaide looking very good early in the piece. They lead by 3 goals.
4-1 to 1-1. Wellman to bring her back in. One of three teenagers playing for the Crows tonight. Out wide, Jamison. Lee running on for him. Leading goal kicker at the club in his first year, Jamison. It's really made that half-back spot his since then. Wellman caught. McDermott prominent early. Lee ripped off it. Edwards went off the ground and gains about 25 to 30 metres out of play at left half forward. Stragenza played in at least a couple of premierships at Port Adelaide when he was very young. Big run they had in the late 80s, early 90s. McGuinness well played to Anderson, to McDermott. He's had a lot of touches early to Bickley. Every time he touches the footy tonight, he'll get a cheer. McDermott gets it back, wobbles it to Wiedemann. Mark Payne. Hall is loose. Wiedemann goes short. Anderson. He's got a panic here. Well, he back to it. Should have run on. Then goes high and long to the goal square. Hall at the back. Good grab by Hall.
Thanks, Rick.
Second grab was terrific.
Yes, he almost looked out of it, Bruce, didn't he? It was as if he was too far back, and with that ball going to the breeze, I thought it may have dropped a little too short for him. I think Greg Anderson must have been watching a few old clips of Gary Cowton just blind turning on his own out there, but he had run all the way from half back, so it was a great run by Anderson to create that opportunity.
Hall from the pocket. Just 11 goals in his 7 matches so far for the Crows. Bought by the club to kick, you'd reckon 3 or 4 out of the pocket each week. And that's a miss, bad miss, never really gave it a chance. So point to Hall. Missed 3 or 4 games along with Smart from rounds 8 to 11. Crows 4-2 to 1-1.
It's a good sign too, Bruce, if he takes the mark like that, considering he's been out with a thumb problem.
Scott Turner, he's had a good season. Oh, disciplined play, the big thumb. Here's Chris McDermott onto the left foot. But going back to take the mark is Gale. And Michael Gale, another of the former Fitzroy players. Greg Deere. Right in the true centre-half back position. Deere almost smothered there by Smart. And back with a flight. That's a wonderful mark to Hart. Ben Hart, he certainly has got some talent. So Hart, the low trajectory kick again. That's a good kick to Hart for it. No mark to Smart. Knocked away in the direction of McGuinness. Knights appealing for the free kick. There's Bond. It comes back from Broderick to Knights. On to Campbell. Campbell to the half forward line. The lead is on. Oh, Gale. I thought he should have attacked that and tried to take the mark. I really thought he could have got to that one, Ross.
Yes, and Gale, his brother's been taken away from his opponents. Now picking up Rashudo, who had far better of Campbell. Campbell now picking up Wiedemann.
7-4 Richmond on the sportsbook, 11-4 on the Crows. Hot favourites. Gale to free. Now Bauer inside 50, has to concede. Back to Naish, twists and turns. Neat little left footer, finds his target, Rogers, who's normally a good kick. Isn't it amazing, sportsbook? 11-4 on Adelaide, 7-4 Richmond. If it was at the MCG with their current form, the odds would be reversed. Adelaide would be about 6-4. Home ground advantage enormous in this game. We saw it again yesterday with the Bears at Princes Park. Now Rogers, important kick. Neat looking kick. Looks like he's got us a goal. And they've got to get all of those, Roscoe. They can't miss any of them, can they? 2-1 to 4-2.
Yes, when you're finding it so tough to go forward and be creative, if you get free kicks or opportunities like that, you must convert, quite right. And Rogers has been a great converter all year. It's his 20th goal for the season, so he's been very productive up forward.
Knows this ground pretty well too, having come from South Australia.
Daffy on.
Adelaide by 13 points. There's Wren flying high. Tape thrown off the ball. Punch by Deere, or attempted punch. Oh, Bond went in hard after it. Half, well, that could be a free kick. No, umpire calling play on. Here's Anderson crashing his way through the pack to the half forward line. No mark. Pressure put on by Michael Gale. Here's Rashudo, the star on the first turn. He sprints away, kicks her in low, but the umpire's found a free kick. Now it's 50 metres as well. Umpire blown the whistle. So it will be a Richmond kick coming way down to the half forward line. Now, it looks like Michael Gale to take it, certainly not within kicking distance. Now, we'll probably look for his brother here, who's one out if he kicks it now. His brother, Brendan, yelling for it. There he is. He's against Pittman. Over the back, it's thumped away. Here's a chance for Nash around the corner. It's good-looking snap, just misses to the right.
2-2-4-2.
Tough kick to mark that 2-peat with that sun. The players at the right of screen looking up the ground to that high ball will be looking into the sun.
Edwards off for the Tigers.
Daffy on.
Here's Wellman. Looking for Wren. Gives him a good chance. 3 Richmond players against him. Jamison able to break the tackle with the handball. Bond's done pretty well. McGuinness had a couple of touches and a lovely goal early. Knights and McGuinness run it out of play. Almost centre wing. Tigers steadying after the Crows jumped them early. Deer and Wren. Wren again wins the tap. Knights caught, taken off the footy. Now Maxfield brings it back with his left foot right to the 50. Good mark in the front spot by Nash. It's one of the highlights of his game for his inches. He's an excellent mark. Goes out wide to Free in the pockets. Got him. So the captain tucked away in the pocket.
She could run out here.
Goes to full forward to Richardson all on his own.
Very poor to pick that up, Bruce, because Wellman had to stand the mark and no one came back to pick up Richardson, who was actually slow to make that opportunity. He had all that square area to himself. Just assumed that his teammate was going to have a shot at goal.
This will be a good start for Richardson. He kicked 15 goals in the first 2 matches of the year. Then got into a horror spell, and that one is a goal. His second. And the Tigers are doing well here at 3-2 to 4-2. Withstood the early onslaught and have steadied up.
Yes, that's purple patch was right, Bruce. 20 in the first 4 games, and then only 5 from the next 4. Then spent time in the reserves, and he should never have been there on his own. Poor marking by the Crows backman there. Not enough communication to tell a teammate to drop back quickly.
So Adelaide by 6 points only now. Richmond have really steadied. They're playing much better football now. Knights. Oh, it's shuffled out towards centre wing. Broderick was there. Wiedemann gets in a hand pass. Prosciutto was there. Now it's Maxfield running onto it. Can't get his boot to try the hand pass instead of kicking. Here's Wayne Campbell. Oh, he's surrounded by Crows. Kept in by Jamison. Here's Maynard, who handballs straight into his teammate Wiedemann. Brought back by Maxfield. Here's danger for Adelaide. Oh, no mark. Taken by Wellman. Pittman gives it back to Lee. And the umpire's paid a free kick in the meantime. And it will go to Wellman. Deep in defence. He's chipping it in short. And he finds Greg Anderson at half-back.
Normally a very long kick. Out wide, centre wing, front spot tape, goes to ground, McGuinness, handball clever, running onto it, Maynard should have reflexed it to Liptak, took a bit long, Liptak swings it out wide, smart, good pick up on the run, outside 50, centering kick, Mogger got caught underneath, Hall takes a beauty, went early, hung in the air and hurled onto it. Smart's pick up was terrific, wasn't it?
Bruce, I don't think people realise how difficult it is to run, pick up that ball on the ground at your feet, running at that sort of pace when you're a big fellow. I know he's an agile and one of the most athletic players in the Crows team, if not the competition. And there was no certainty that Hall would take this mark because they're not easy, but he judged that very well.
Well, he missed badly before from an angle. That one straight in front. Misses again. 2 for 2.
Well, he's not a prolific goal kicker, Tony Hall, is he? Like, he's a 3-goal man.
Kicked 23 last year, Pete. 11 so far this year.
Yeah, well, it's not
but 11-9, now it's 11-11.
Turner to bring it back in, 4-3 to 3-2.
Scott Turner is an improved player. Oh, that's a good kick too. He finds big Brendan Gale way out at half-back. A mobile player, Gale, for his size. So Gale, that was a let-off for the Tigers. Centre wing, clears the pack, Rodney Maynard. Lee, no, it's not, it's Jamison. Jamison caught, loses it in the tackle. Bickley ducks the head, now he's caught, and the umpire said it was too high. On Mark Bickley, gives it off to Jamison. Jamison, a booming kick to the half-forward line. Hall couldn't mark. That's Wayne Campbell with a quick kick to the centre of the ground. Gale underneath it. Oh, good mark, Brendan Gale. They're difficult to wait underneath it like that. Good mark, the big fella. They've got to move it quickly. Richardson on the lead. Out wide is Naish. Thumped away from him. Here's a chance for the Tigers. Around the corner, in towards Rogers, a good mark. That was good play. Daffy, who got it there quickly. And Rogers has been a revelation this year.
He has. That's a gutsy mark too, Pete. Just set himself on the footy. And Daffy, who's only just come on to replace Edwards, as you said, the player responsible for getting it down there to him.
So Matthew Rogers has kicked one. He's been a real find. Normally a fairly accurate kick. Set shot. The Tigers need it. And that is a goal. 2 goals to this talented half forward, and the Tigers really putting on a show here. They trail by 1 point.
And no coincidence too that the big fella Gale just featured in that play. He was the player that got it down to the half forward line, having taken a very strong mark just backward of centre wing. They need him to do more of that. He's their focal point in attack and must present himself like that more often.
Just a point the difference after the Crows led by 4 goals to 1 in the early stages of this opening quarter. Packed house, hard to see an empty seat. Deer unopposed, thumps at about 20 metres. Free kick going to Maynard, held on to by Rogers. So Richardson and Rogers, the goal scorers for the Tigers. They've got a couple apiece. Wren the target, Rashudo works to the front ring, good mark. It's about 90 metres away from goal. Calling on Modra now. Oh. Poor kick. Tape goes to ground. Now Kellaway squeezes one out to half-back. Michael Gale in the box seat. Anderson behind him. Gale making a bit of a meal of it, then gets hold of Anderson out of play. Maxfield, sorry, not Gale.
And Sean Wren just kicking himself there. He's a much better player than he showed there with a poor kick looking for Modra.
Smart. Bond just hassled him out of it. Smart gets it back. Tape had a bit of a fumble. Campbell had it taken away by McGuinness, then gives a free kick away. McGuinness just worrying Campbell out of it. And well, he kicked a goal from about 3 or 4 metres closer than this.
Yes, in his back. Didn't have the footy. Which one would you like?
Give him a chance, Roscoe?
Well, his last kick was a beauty.
I think it'll be more difficult that side of the ground, Roscoe.
Well, there's a left foot, Pete, but he is kicking to the sun. Does that stop the ball going any further?
No, I think the more difficult angle with the breeze blowing, Roscoe.
52 metres out, McGuinness. Doesn't quite make it. Good mark in the front ring. Falling ball. The sun holding the footy up. And Wren getting into the front spot and taking the mark.
Gee, some of those rays are strong, aren't they? Now he's going to make amends for that previous poor kick, which he was chastising himself, I'm sure, still as that ball came toward him.
Rashudo just flying indiscriminately and bringing Deer down. But anyway, Wren from the goal square kicks the goal. Wren gets his first. The Crows get a late goal. 5-3 to 4-2.
Yes, we see this again. Modra out of the contest there, just kept away from it. Rashudo the flyer from nowhere, but then Wren just judged that beautifully.
Should have been a free kick to Deer.
Rashudo all over him.
Nowhere near it.
Oh, grabbed him round the neck. So Greg Deer versus Wren, 7 points the Crows lead by. A minute of play left in this first term. Here's Chris McDermott. Well, you often see Chris McDermott in the packs. Been a wonderful player in South Australia, McDermott. State of Origin player. There's Michael Taylor, greatest South Australian player, and more importantly, a great Collingwood player. Tapped down by Deer. Socket off the ground towards the Richmond half-forward line. Here's Daffy. He's been in good form, hooking it back towards Richardson, who's caught behind, and forces it to the line with Wellman. Well, they've got half a minute here in which to maybe score a goal just before quarter time. Be a really handy one if they could psychologically. Gale versus Pittman, 2 guys of equal height. That was well done by Gale. Free tried to get his boot to it. Now that's Daffy at the bottom of that pack. Nick Daffy And again, Chris McDermott there.
So see the time clock there, 5-3-4-2, 20 metres away from Richmond's goal. Free, and it is a free. So the Crows going to Pittman against Gale around the shoulder. So Crows should be able to hold it up now in this opening term. Been a promising start to what should be a very good game. Jamison's wide ball, and that's the quarter-time siren with Adelaide leading by 7 points. The Crows are 5-3, the Tigers are 4-2. Roscoe?
Now, it's where this game's going to be won and lost. We said that before the game, Bruce. Not only Curls, Johnny Northey, just acknowledged that the centre is where, I mean, most teams you win or lose the game. If you don't get it forward, how do you kick goals?
Start of the second term, packed house at Footy Park on this doubleheader Sunday, 5-3-4-2. Collingwood winning the early match, 13-15 to 10-13. Broderick just 2 touches in the opening quarter. Hart running with him. Jamison paddles it forward. Tregenza got a good break on his own. Ball set up nicely. Kellaway. Modra, snap, misses a behind. Not a bad attempt. Kellaway just stretching out there, not fully committed and missing the mark. 5-4-4-2.
They're difficult, those marks going back in no man's land.
Oh, well, Kellaway's done a fair job on Nigel Smart, though. Just 1-1 for the Crows centre-half forward.
Turner with a job on Modra. He's had a terrific year, Turner. Say that it's been his best in AFL footy, without doubt. Good low kick. Wren, Deer, they were the targets. Knights took a while, got it to Free, wobbled it, not a good kick. Hurled up by Jamison, only as far as Tony Free. The captain puts Richmond over the centre wing. Naish's hip and shoulder was good. Runs back onto it. Handball very good to Rogers. Throw was it? Was exceptional handball.
It was a long call from the umpire then. Rowan Sawyers wants some more. Just asserting his authority. Well, I thought there was a bit of a fist there, but still he's closer than we are.
Wren underneath it, missed it. Back little one by Bauer. Tonight's clutched.
That should be a free kick. Oh, not paid unless he paid the advantage. We see Bond in towards the pocket. Richardson and Wellman. Punched away by Wellman. And boy, you only have to do little things here at Football Park if you're an Adelaide Crow and the crowd roars. As Wellman thumped it across the line.
They roared when you came up the stairs about half an hour ago, Macca.
I love this Collingwood tie they did, Bruce. There's Lee. Quick kick on the left foot. Richmond need Knights to take over around midfield. And interesting, Ross, Knights and Broderick fairly quiet in that first term.
Yes, well, see, Knights has got the problem of worrying where Bickley is because he's been instrumental in a few Crows thrusts forward too, Pete.
Halfway between centre wing and half forward for Richmond. That was Deer coming across the back of Wren. That's a good contest. There's Wren. As players pile in on top of it, it'll be a bounce.
Graham Corns and Michael Taylor up there. John Halbert, no doubt, not far away. Big game for Graham Corns today. Crows don't win this, you wouldn't think they could make the 8 looking at their tough run home. Bowers handball away. Now Tony Free, little left footer, back almost to the 50. Naish Lee, good hip and shoulder Lee. Ben Hart runs away. Good kick actually, and Anderson made it for him. Stretched himself right out, then chips it over the top. Jamison runs onto it, can go to the weed. They'll roar here, they do. Oh, takes his time, the weed, but shrugs off Knights and then goes bang to fall forward. Not a good kick.
And Bruce, that's where he makes his mistake, because Modra had already made his lead before he tried to get around the player, and because he wanted his left foot, the opportunity's gone.
Campbell is playing off the back line to Knights at half back.
Seems to be limping, Knights, doesn't he? He's had calf problems.
Certainly not going at full pace as he's loping so far today. Twice the best and fairest of the club. Measures the kick. Jamison flew high. Gale might have hurt his shoulder there. And Jamison from the centre wing.
Rodney Jamison, one of the best kicks in the competition to the halfway line. Smart in front. He often is. Players pounce on it. Callaway was there. Richmond player goes to ground. And Rowan Sawyers says it's my ball and he will bounce it 50 metres out. I think the improvement in Richmond too is their defence has tightened up. Callaway's become a good player.
Great mark, Jamison.
I mentioned the defence, tape too has been an big improvement. Here's a free kick, too high, the shootout. And he's a good kick of a footballer, and he'll kick from about 49 metres, I would think.
Interesting, Pete, you mentioned about the Richmond defence. Johnny Northey said this year, he said last year when the opposition went into attack, the only person who'd bring the ball out was the boundary umpire.
But it really has tightened up. As I said, with Callaway, Tape, Turner's improved. They've got Wayne Campbell doing a lot of work down there now too. Mark Rasciuto has already kicked one. Oh, that's an ordinary one. He's missed it easily that time. One behind. So an interesting stage this game at
5-5-4-2. Just waiting for one team to get a bit of a run on, aren't we here? Will it be the Tigers trailing by 9 points, or will the Crows put a space in them? Turner again gets pretty good distance. Deer the target. Wren going with him. It's outside 50. That's where Richmond wanted it. Rasciuto went to ground, gets another free kick.
And Richmond only had one crummer there, Bruce, and Crows had three, and that's the difference in a big contest like that between the big fellas. You've got to have small blokes on the ground to pick up the crumbs.
Modra went early. Rasciuto banged it in long. Michael Gale's mark. Oh, gee, not looking, Turner. Now gets it, has plenty of time, runs off the back pocket. Very poor kick. Rasciuto, normally a long kick, gives that a hook. Howard can't quite hold it, and it goes through off hands for a behind. So flat spot in the match, to be frank. 5-6-4-2, nothing much happening. It's like two heavyweights sparring, really, wanting to deliver some sort of a blow. 36-26.
Turner's normally a very reliable kick. He kicked the poor one a moment ago. That's a better one. Up towards centre back. Smart. No mark. She's got a big leap. Maxfield went without it. Here's Knights. He's the one they want to take over. Gale smothered that hand pass. Here's Jamie Tate. Tough little player. And halfback down by City through. So it's Wiedemann's kick. Crowded forward line, but now the leader's on. It should clear McDermott here. Over the back is Turner. Well played. Well played, Scott Turner. Some good shepherding too. Allowed him to come through. Look at Turner going. He can keep going. He can draw the man here and bring it up to the half-forward line. That's excellent play from the full-back. Gale, now what's he held? Umpire calls play on. Here's a chance for Daffy on the left boot. Oh, it's rolling! Oh, just bounced the wrong way. One behind of the Tigers.
Doesn't take much, Pete, to break the game open, does it? You come from a congested half-back line of yours to get the ball through centre. All of a sudden your forward line's open, you've got a chance.
Wellman to bring the kick back in. Straight down the centre. Pittman and Wren, he's got dual targets. Knights tackled by Wren. Still Knights. Wren gets a little handball out. Knights missed a Bickley on the up. Tregenza stops, props, handballs, then pushes it forward. McGuinness fell over. Knights high tackle, the first one. Not paid. Bond goes to ground. Good handball to Michael Gale. Sweeps it to Broderick. He's got a bit of room now. First kick for the match for Broderick. Not a good one. Marked by Jamieson at half-back.
Playing well, Jamieson.
He's got such skills, hasn't he, Jamieson?
Well, when he gets the ball, Bruce, it goes to the half-forward line.
Now Whirlman from that handball. Tate sits and waits for a moment. Goes towards the boundary line. He'll find it too. It's a defending kick, isn't it? And out of play.
That was a very good kick, actually. Sometimes when you break away like that and blaze away, you can put it out in the full, but that was intelligent. He's had a fine season, Jamie Tate. I'll tell you what, there's no tougher player playing the game.
It's Campbell over the top of it.
Sorry, Bruce.
Now Gale. Free. Doesn't go very far. Bauer. Richmond doing all right at the moment. Bauer's kick. Centre wing towards the boundary. Pittman goes in short. Knight's got underneath it with his Adelaide Crow opponent. Rasciuto. Gale going with him. Tape hurled up there by Smart and Rasciuto. Through the legs. Now Wiedemann hurled up. And some good defensive action from both teams there. Kellaway getting mixed up with Wiedemann, and a bounce down 60 metres from the Crows' goal.
Well, Richmond hanging on pretty well at the moment. Breeze favouring right of screen. Oh, look at the big leap. The quick kick comes down towards the half-forward line. They race at it. Turner. But backup support from Campbell here. Campbell wide to the open spaces. That's a good kick. A very, very good kick. Daffy doing well since coming on the ground. That's a lovely kick to the half-forward line too. They need a mark. They've got it. Nash. There is no doubt he marked that. Good mark from the little fella. Now, he should kick it to Richardson now because he's one out in the square. He's leading to the pocket. Oh, that is a shocking kick. He should have bombed it long and he went for a short one.
Agree with you,
Kicked
Pete.
it straight to Wren. That was terrible play. Hart to centre wing. Richardson have made an excellent lead there. Here's Jamison. Hand pass is an ordinary one. Daffy, as I said, doing well, but he can't retrieve that one. It rolls over the line, half forward for Adelaide.
Yeah, that was a very good kick by Hart then, because he had Jamison running to the flank and he said, no, go, turn around and run back towards the wing, which he did, and the kick found him.
Smart in the front spot. Kellaway against him. Wiedemann ducks his head. Looks for a free kick. It'll be a bounce. Crows 9 points in front. 5-6, 4-3. Still not a goal in this second term. Been playing about 10 minutes. You can see the minutes remaining. Kellaway goes early, does all right. McGuinness, Maxfield paddles it to the boundary line. Is that out on the forward? It is. Oh, unfortunate. McGuinness, wide arc. Modra will be his target. Hall in the front spot. Modra got a little push, gets a free kick.
Yes, he had to stop. That ball had a bit more carry than he thought, Bruce, and then in stopping, Turner just came straight into his back, and to protect himself, he put his hands out, which naturally gave Modra the nudge. There it goes.
Yeah, it was there. Rowan Saws must have broken the world record for free kicks.
Oh, well, good luck to him. He's paid them in front of goal in the tough area.
It's kicked 1-1, Modra. Should goal from here. 40 metres out, straight in front. Gives it a hook. Misses.
That wasn't a very long run in. Ross, there are 2 or 3 steps in from Modra.
Now, Roscoe, you got a few stats on Modra. What did he kick? 9-15 after kicking?
Yeah, last 4 games, 9-15. He's kicked in total after the first 8 games. He kicked 44-15. So there's a fair difference, isn't there?
So make that 10-17 right now.
Yes, and he kicked 2-7 against Melbourne. So there needs to be a bit of a change there.
Well, if he sees a replay of that, he'll know what he did wrong. You should watch that young Scott Cummings from Essendon. He gets way back on the mark. Terrific run in. Oh, Greg Deary often does that, kicking to the man. He runs too close at times, Big Greg. Now he's looking for Bauer, and Bauer keep it in. Yes, still in players. It's socket off the ground up towards the half forward line. Jamison having a great game. Brings it to the centre of the ground, and he found his captain in Chris McDermott. He'll have to come back. Now McDermott looking for an option. Bring it in towards the half-forward line. Modra's got a couple to beat. Modra waits at the back. It's a loose ball. Here's Howard crashing his way through the pack. Good play by Johnny Howard. And kicks it long towards centre wing, and Brendan Gale takes an excellent mark. Off he goes. Here's their chance, the Tigers. Broderick, a daisy cutter to the half-forward line. Daffy, as I said, doing well. Another good kick to the half-forward line. Oh, the mark dropped by Free. Was he held? Umpire said no. Play on. That's Liptak trying to crash his way through the pack, and a bounce at half forward, Richmond's end of the ground.
Liptak's gone to half back. Scotty Lee's come off the ground, and David Brown is on.
The longer this goes on without a goal,
there's Scotty Lee.
Yep, Lee off, the more important the next one becomes, doesn't it? 5-7, 4-3. McDermott with a bit of strength gives Tregenza a chance. Bauer onto him. Free kick Tregenza. It's got to come back. It's been a stop-start game so far. Not much flow from either side. Probably suiting Richmond at the moment. Takes a good mark from the side.
He's a great player, this kid.
It's always a good sign when you come in your first year and you play in the opening game and then you just hold your place like he and Rogers have done. They played all dozen games going into this one. High one on Broderick, free kick. Daffy's handball. Gets the handball from Bond. Goes for goal, not a bad kick by Daffy. This is a chance. Naish's there.
Free kick.
Paid, yes, free kick to Naish in the goal square.
Yeah, Liptak, who's picking him up because Scotty Lee's gone off. Just dragged him down. Tough call. Watch it again. Naish backing back. Just the arm coming down. Well, they both fell, but the arm was in front of Naish, so the umpire saying that he was pulled down.
And kicks the goal. Naish is first. He's kicked 1-2, and the Tigers get the all-important goal in the second term.
It was a good kick there to get the ball forward, not go to the lead of Richardson, who was too short into a pocket. And if you're in front, you're always going to get the opportunity to get a free kick.
Well, that was a vital goal in the context of this game. They badly needed a goal at that stage, Richmond. Adelaide by 4 points. That was a vital goal, that one. Just when something needed to happen, there's Bickley getting it to the half-forward line. Racing at it was Howard. Oh, tunnel balls. Modra, he's pretty good at the soccer goals. Oh, he's lost it. He loses the ball. Here's Modra again, and Wiedemann. Wiedemann went without it. Then the Richmond defenders pouncing on top of it. Oh, this is anyone's game. 4 points the difference, and we've got just under 9 minutes left in this term.
Looks as if Modra might have come up the ground a bit. Rashudo into a more traditional full forward area.
At 30 metres from the Crows' goal, Kellaway and Smart. Turner looking towards the boundary line. Bickley, good tackle on him by Tape, out of play. Right forward pocket. Tight and tense. Oh, Peter McKenna loves that Tape.
Yep, a rip.
I bet you give him a mention again today when he gets his hand on the footy, Macca. Turner goes with a double fister. Now Bickley spins and weaves. McGuinness, high one round his body to fall forward. Rashudo sets himself and out of play. Anderson trying to swoop on it, and it'll be a throw in about 15 metres around from the point post. Crows deep in attack, haven't got a goal in this term. Want the next one, so do the Tigers. Smart works to the front. Bond went to ground. Brown's come on the ground, as Roscoe mentioned earlier. And again, a bounce down. Just no real flow from the Crows. So often we're seeing them here with 1, 2, 3 handballs and then go to attack. That not happening. Richmond being able to stall them, so to speak. Now Bond gave it to Knights. Little one to Maxfield. They're playing the percentages, the Tigers. They're doing it all right. Maxfield hugging the boundary line. Bounce back for Wren. Wren back to Deere. Deere sweeps it to Gale. Has to sit and wait, but here's a chance. Gale looking for someone inside. Oh, what's he done? He's disorientated completely, you would think. Maynard. Gale. Pittman. Maxfield. Ball running towards the boundary. Help me out, Roscoe. What happened there?
Well, why a player of his size would take the punt and try and bounce the ball when he's got a fellow like Maynard confronting him?
It's amazing, Ross. I saw Alex Sishenko yesterday for North Melbourne doing exactly the same thing instead of getting it and kicking it.
Kick the footy.
Free kick out of that going to the Crows to Wren.
In fact, it wasn't Maynard, it was Benny Hart, which made it even worse.
So Chris McDermott, here's Jamie Tape again. Oh, he's playing a great game. Tough as nails he is, brings it wide, and he has found Stuart Maxfield. He's good on Football Park, Maxfield, because he's got that run in his legs. He brings it to centre wing. This is a good game, and look at Wren. Sean Wren is a great player. He's the most promising ruckman we've seen in years. He brings it to Anderson. Danger for Richmond here because Anderson's a long kick. The lead is on. Rashudo and Hall. Tony Hall, sticky hands, a very good mark.
I think the kick was actually intended, but she called it for Rashudo on the lead. But it was off the side of his boot to the left, and fortunately Hall played in front, which he normally does. Fair player to have there to take that contested mark.
So a great career, Tony Hall with the Hawthorn club. That's Wren's terrific mark. Great mark by Wren. Now Hall, well, he's missed a couple. This one's directly in front from 48 metres. Let's see what he does with this one. That looks pretty good. It's a goal. So Tony Hall kicks his first and very handy one. And they now lead by 10 points.
There's some tough about Sean Wren. You held up play on that half forward line as Tony Hall actually comes off, replaced by Matthew Kluzek for his run in AFL, first run. And that change was obviously going to be made before Hall took that mark. But well done to Sean Wren. Held up play and the goal results.
6-7-5-3. Matthew Kluzek on from the Eagles here in South Australia. He's come on for his first game. Hall going off just a bit properly after he took that mark and kicked that terrific goal.
Yeah, Kluzek initially was drafted by Melbourne, Bruce, and then decided to stay, and now he's playing with the Crows.
It's a bad luck for Hall, who's suffered with the hand injuries, had a lot of knee problems over the years. Took a good mark in the front, kicked an excellent long goal, but had to jog off straight away. A couple of tackles there, and again, there's going to be a bounce down. Getting late into this second quarter, Tigers have done pretty well. They've held Adelaide, they've restricted them. 6-7-5-3. Pretty important period in the match just before half-time now as Kellaway gets a wobbly one away. Bad bounce for Anderson. Well played, Rogers. Did it very well. The racehorse can go away now, Maxfield. 3 bounces. Should straighten his body up now. He does. Goes long to fall forward. Richardson Gale gets back. Oh, terrific punch away by Jamison by the look of it. No Smart back there from the side. Punching it to the boundary line and out.
Well, that's his right position, in my opinion. I think he's one of the best backmen in the competition, Nigel Smart. They've tried to make him a centre-half forward, and he is a good player there, but I think he's certainly a better centre-half back. There's Pittman. It'll make their defence look good now with Smart back there.
Yes, with Modric coming to centre-half forward, Pete, they've moved Smart back.
And it's a big rap for Callaway, the fact that they gave him the job on Smart today. He's had all the good players this year, Callaway, to pick up. There's Gale diving on top of it, and so did an Adelaide pro. Let's see who it is. It's Chris McDermott at the base of the pack, and it's 50 metres, is it? I think it is. And McDermott always with that wide grin on the face. Is Tony Free having plenty to say to Rowan Saws.
In fact, Nigel Smart, but he's coming back to the half-forward area.
It's a pretty hard.
Oh, that's a hard call for 50, isn't it?
That's why that penalty's so hard.
That is not a 50-metre penalty.
And originally, too, McDermott diving on the footy.
Exactly.
And Gale committed.
Well, there's McDermott to the half-forward line. Oh, strong mark. Good mark, Jamie Tape. Beautiful play. On to Broderick. Broderick. Oh, dangerous kick. Oh, that was not a good kick. It should have been brought out wide where the leads were on. And the Crows come in and lock it up. Almost on centre, in the centre of the ground. 4.5 minutes to go. A vital 4.5 minutes in the context of this game.
With the Crows leading by 10 points. Deer and Wren. Free kick to Deer.
Holding on, Bruce.
He's battled away, Deer. He's been an important player at Richmond this year. Was in those great great Hawthorn teams. Gets in close again. That was a sound effect from Peter McKenna.
He does it all the time.
Ben Hart gets it from Jamison. Runs away, Hart. Stretches it out wide. Bickley and Broderick. Left-footed Broderick. Turns the other way. Oh, have a look at that. Cheeky. That's a cheeky bit of footy.
It's a great bit of play because it was Bickley who stopped the mark in this midfield area, which looked like a certainty of the Richmond play, and he's chased resistance. But a lot of players be able to break away from a tackle like that, but...
Gee, I'm glad he remembered his jocks, Roscoe.
Well, so am I.
I bet you Sandy Roberts will be watching this. He'll grab that for Plays of the Month. An absolute certainty.
You could write it now, couldn't you, Mackett?
Yep. I could nearly write the script for him, I think.
Someone must. He's not that clever. 6-7 to 5-3.
Well, here's Wren and Deer. This is a fascinating duel between these two good ruckmen. Deer doing all right too, but so is Wren. Here's Knights. He's the one they want to see fire. Here's Bauer. So Nathan Bauer to the half-forward line. They want a goal, Richmond. Still at half-forward for the Tigers. The quick kick comes down towards Richardson. Oh, he's out positioned by Wellman. Good play by Wellman. Now a chance for Rogers. Maxfield caught, can't get away with it. Umpire sensibly calling play on. Liptak loses it. Knights dragged off the ball. Oh, lucky free kick, Matthew Knights. I thought he's got the kick. I thought it was a little bit lucky. I thought he took a dive.
Well, Pete, when you look at some of the other free kicks they've missed, it was a very lucky one. The free kick's there, but they missed so many others that why they pick certain ones like this, I don't know.
Well, let's have a look. I thought he just went and took a dive. He's grabbed by the jumper. That's no free kick. Anyway, he's got it directly in front. Matthew Knights directly in front. And listen to the hoots. As they need this, the Tigers, badly. This will be a very handy one. Oh, look at that. The shocker. He's put it out in the fourth from 35 metres directly in front of a ball kick.
Demoralising too, Pete, when it's perhaps your most skillful player kicks like that.
Red gets it. Lights have been turned on at Footy Park. Ben Hart comes away. Runs his full distance. Rebound excellent. Wiedemann and Tate. Body to body. Tate's had the best of that duel. Good tackle by Kellaway on Smart. Modra. Handball good. Brown back to the weed. Free kick play on call. Rashudo attacks it. Still play on. Handball a beauty to Maynard. Left foot for goal. Wobbles it through.
Yes, and again the ball is coming to the half-back line. There's a fellow on screen to kick the goal, but Benny Hart did very well. The umpire called play on here, and Rashudo, as Bruce said, just attacked the footy. Great handball. Could easily have sat up in the air and gave the Richmond defenders a chance to come and intercept, but it had enough punch on it to get and find its target. Good goal.
Crows by 16 points. Knights missed one at one end, and the Crows got one at the other. There's Broderick getting it to Bond. Up towards half-forward, Nash smothered it well with his chest. Rogers to Knights. All Knights having an ordinary game, Matthew Knights. McDermott to the half-forward line. Jamie Tate fired it to Mark de Wiedemann. He plays on. The short one comes in towards full forward. It's a free kick. And it's a free kick to Michael Gale. Gale wide. He's looking for Jamie Tate. Tate marks at half back. Centre wing. The Tigers could really do with one. We're under a minute. Oh, the big fist away was by Pittman. Here's Broderick. Goes inside to Wayne Campbell. They're all handballing a bit here. Tony Free to the half-forward line. A chance here. Liptak used his body well. Some holding going on. Liptak again receives and is hit very hard. Onto Anderson. Onto Pittman. Here come the Crows. They've got half a minute in which to score a goal. The lead is to the youngster Matthew Kluzek. Roars of the crowd. McDermott receives. Goes long for goal and just misses. So the Tigers let off the hook a little bit there.
7-8-5-3. I'm going to say something ridiculous here. They're better when the lights are turned on, the Crows, aren't they? They play better at night. Suddenly they've found some rhythm in the last 5 minutes. I know it makes no sense. Don't even think about it. Turner's kick. Free with one hand. Tigers don't want the Crows to get one late. They shouldn't now. Free tries to break the tackle. Play on call. Bauer out to Tate. Time running out for the Tigers. Gale tried to tap it down to Maxfield. Is this the last foray? I think the clock's going to beat him. Runs to the boundary line. Gets a kick away. Siren sounds. And the Crows did pretty well in the last 5 or 6 minutes. They snuck a bit of a break. And at half-time, it's 17 points. They've had 15 shots to 8. It's the Crows 7-8 to the Tigers 5-3. Still no Tony Hall. Kluzak still out there. Start of the second half, 7-8 to 5-3. 50-33. Crows going to the left. Wren, Deer, Tony Free. First kick out of it. Gets well inside 50. Naish, Liptak running with him. Pittman, well done by the big fella. Just toe poked it, picked it up, gave it to Jamison, to Hart. Hart, kick out wide to Bickley. Bickley will probably go back to Hart. No, played it well, went back into Jamison. Well set up by the Crows. Now Hart loose. Neat, well, I was going to say neat looking kick. It was, didn't get as far as Wiedemann though. Free bangs it back and Naish takes it on his chest. Well within kicking distance. And Peter McKenna's already put up the 2 fingers for a major.
Well, he's a pretty good kick for goal.
Well, if you go back towards the centre from that half-back area, the kick has to be spot on. You do it when you get more towards centre half forward, but once the ball goes to the opposition it has there, you get a shot at goal. Tony Free with a couple of early kicks in this second half. Big kick here for Krishnesh from 45 metres out. Good looking kick, he's got it. 2 goals to Naish. He got the goal from the goal square in the second quarter for the Tigers, and it's 6-3 to 7-8, only 11 points of difference. Well, the critical kick there also is against Benny Hart, who should have found Bickley on the full to allow him to take a mark and either come back and take the kick, but he had to take the ball off the ground and then go back toward goal and then reset up play, and in the end the kick toward the centre looking for Wiedemann, not good enough.
Well, I'm just watching what Neil Curley said with Greg Deer here. Now look at him, right alongside the line, then comes across the same side and lopes across in front. And, oh.
But once the ball's been bounced, Pete, you're allowed to cross the line.
Yes, I know, and that was right, but I couldn't see the free kick to Wren. Anyway, he's got it, centre of the ground. So all I thought Deer did was go a bit early. But Wren to the half-forward line. The pack develops, up they go. Howard couldn't mark. Callaway a hand pass and a thump further afield. Tregenza went without it. Bauer to the half-forward line. Richardson smothered that very well for a big man. Good play by young Matthew Richardson. Gets it to Broderick. Broderick the step pass. Oh, tunnel balling it with Gale. Maynard and Rogers. Maynard lying over it, then hooks it out to Anderson, who's caught. Here's Maxfield onto the left foot, hooking it back in front of goal, and there he is again, little Chris Naish. He's a good little forward pocket rover.
Well, it was a clever kick because he didn't belt it high and long towards the square. He just propped it up in front of the goals there, and Naish was running back, but had the good sense to turn and look for the flight of the footy.
Well, this is a big start to Richmond if he kicks this to start the third term. This will be his third. He's directly in front. Chris Naish, and he's put it through. So the Tigers, to start the third term, have hit back hard. They're 5 points. 5 points down, Richmond.
Yes, and Scott Lee's preparing to come on again. He's been replaced. He will replace Liptak, who's had trouble with Naish this opening couple of minutes. Also watching Greg Deere there while Naish was having his shot at goal, just talking to Rowan Sawyers, just asking what were those free kicks for. It's a good kick by Maxfield.
Five points the difference at Footy Park. 7-8, 7-3. Liptak off the ground. Lee back on. Neil mentioned he thought it was a strange move with Liptak on Broderick's quick kick marked by Hart. The Tigers have made a splendid start to the second half. Day turning into night now. The light's taking its full effect. In for a terrific second half. Broderick, who was quite early, a couple of quick touches. Gale to Bond, who's done a wonderful job on McGuinness. Kicked to half forward. Good mark by Richardson. It's starting to happen now for Richmond.
Well, they've got some forward power, haven't they? Some high marking strength.
Richardson outside 50. Goes short. Good kick. And Broderick in the hole. Takes the mark. Couple of Adelaide players trying to run across in front. It had to be spot on, and it was.
Yes, well, Mark Bickley is behind play. That's his man, but he's puffing a fair bit. He had a couple of great efforts earlier on to try and prevent play. Wren couldn't get his hand to it.
Well, he's a quality player, Broderick. You'd expect him to goal. He's going to kick from about 35 metres out. He's on the best side for a left footer.
And to put them in front, Bruce.
For the first time in the match. It's a good kick. He's got it. Tigers in front. What a turnaround. 3 goals in 5 minutes.
Yes, and well played. Richmond fully deserved this lead because they've prepared themselves at half-time, obviously, to come out and attack the footy, not to play defensively. And their preparedness to run and create and give opportunities is working well for them. Again, the ball out of the centre, and they're handling the ball more cleanly.
Well, this Richmond side is a different combination from the last couple of years. Deere again in front. Wren wins it, but look at Tony Free trying to crash his way through. Wren went without it. There's Maxfield with a quick kick down towards the half-forward line. Hart's got a lot of pace. Matthew Knight's after him, harassing him. Good play, Matthew Knights. Did he grab him? Up by a set, play on. Bauer after it. He goes to ground. In the back to Bauer. Oh, there's Doug Vickers looking on. One of the recruiting men. Been head of recruiting, he and Brian Waldron for a couple of years. Nathan Bauer up towards Richardson. A fly, he couldn't take it. Here's Wellman. Gets up, all under pressure. Richmond have really lifted here. Matthew Knights can get onto this one. He grabs it onto the left boot. Kicks it to the centre of the ground because he saw Wayne Campbell. He should bring it in long. He does. He's looking for Richardson. Will fly at the back. Oh, hits the deck. Well played by Wellman. Sean Wellman brings it to centre wing.
Brown the target. Stayed in the air a long time. Brown's little give to Anderson. Pays his way through the centre. Goes to centre half forward. Smart! A beauty!
That'll nearly be mark of the year, though.
Wonderful, wasn't it?
And that could be 50 metres.
That will nip mark of the year.
He had to take it because if he'd missed it, came to ground, the Richmond players are off.
Can he go back and bang the goal like James Cook did at the MCG last week?
He's gone back just as far as Cook does.
He's good overhead, isn't he? Big leap.
Crows trail by a point at Footy Park. This will bring the house down if he goes. Low, long, not going to get there. Wren was pushed out of it, and it's out of play. So the Tigers are still in front here, 8-3 to 7-8.
Well, the crowd's still making plenty of noise, even though they've been a little bit shell-shocked. Look at this again.
Great lead, athleticism, and held it all the way down.
Well, it's up the Crows' end of the ground. There's Rashudo getting into Wiedemann on his left boot. Wayne Wiedemann has missed, I think. Yes, the boy from Fish Creek. So look at this. Scores tied. 7-9 to 8-3. A ferocious looking Wiedemann. Scott Turner has done fairly well, as Neil Curley said. Modra having a pretty quiet game. Modra's only kicked one. There's a long kick. Wren in front. Knocked the ground. Bickley around the corner to the half-forward line. Courage shown by John Howard, and then he was grabbed. Broderick. Back it comes. Callaway. Oh, they went without it. Bond. Rashudo. Smart. The chip pass. Wiedemann marks. Oh, bad skill error by Richmond has caused this. Mark the Wiedemann 35 metres out from goal.
That's all it needs, Peter, is just a little bit of a fumble under that pressure situation.
So Wayne Wiedemann, usually a thumping kick, will certainly make the distance. Let's see about the accuracy. It's not a bad looking kick. It's a goal. Wiedemann hits his first, and the Crows regain the lead.
And that sort of stability to be able to take the game back once the opposition has kicked a couple of goals and got a run on. You've got to pick up your man. There's that fumble there. Bond, the player who just didn't grab the footy with enough strength there to take it away. And the goal results.
Crows by a goal, 8-9, 8-3. Bickley through the centre. Free's been terrific in the centre square in the early part of this term. Rogers, well played, got it forward. Bond off the ground. He'll be keen to make amends. Daffy, Knights held on to, play on. Still with Knights, left-hand handball. Dropped by Daffy, handball by Broderick. Free to go for goal. From 40 metres out, great kick, it's a goal! Scores a level again. Gee, hasn't the game accelerated suddenly? Pedestrian in the second quarter. We're rolling along now at 9-3 to 8-9.
Yeah, we said at half-time, Bruce, it had gone flat, mainly because Richmond prepared to bottle it up and go a bit defensive. Here, the effort by Broderick was the player that punched that ball out, and Free from a standing shot. Great goal. Good captain's goal.
A fascinating game, this. And this ruck contest is fascinating too. Let's see. Oh, the favours Deer. Look at Tony Free's caught holding the ball. Yes. He couldn't break the tackle. McDermott. Bickley. And this will be a Richmond mark to Michael Gale. A Richmond side of a couple of years ago would have been trounced in this game. They are a much different side. Smart, can't mark. Gets in a hand pass. Chris McDermott to the half-forward line. John Howard can't mark. Play on calls the umpire. Ooh, a bit lucky, a bit high maybe. Michael Gale. Back he comes, not sure what to do with it. Gives it off to Howard. That Richmond defence have really improved. To the half-forward, half-back line, I should say. Brendan Gale couldn't take it. Here's Broderick, a very good handball exponent. He gets it up to Bond. Bond heads for the safety of the boundary line, and a free kick on centre wing has been found for a holding decision on Chris Bond. Greatly improved player, has had a fine season, Bond. To the half-forward line, they fly. They get in each other's way. Bauer caught, loses the ball in the tackle. Good umpiring to call play on, and now they come in and bounce it at half-forward. Richmond scoring in.
Coach Sauce prints the umpires. Andrew Rowan and Mark tonight. 8-9, 9-3. Gale and Richardson have spoiled each other a couple of times in the last 3 minutes, flying together for the Tigers. And it's going to be a bounce down again. Tremendous performance by Richmond to kick 4 quick goals since half-time to Adelaide 1-1. And this game, which was
free kick
in slow motion in the first half, has suddenly really come alive. Wren's free kick.
It's bad play by Greg Deere to give it away like that.
When you're inside 50, courage by Rogers. Running back, could feel them coming, stretched up his arms and took a beauty. Rogers from the centre wing goes in high. Naish, well, I think the target was probably Richardson, and he conceded. and Jamison takes it. Strange old handball in a way. Pittman was able to get away with it. Wiedemann uses his body, unable to take the mark. Free, went to ground. Little paddle out towards Bond, went to ground. Free kick, McGuinness over the shoulder. And Bond, despite that mistake...
I think it's Free's kick.
Is it going back there, is it? To Tony Free.
I think it's against Wiedemann.
Free from centre wing. To centre half forward. Gale sets himself. Pittman, big fly early. Goes to ground. Bauer gets good distance. Richardson and Wellman set themselves. Richmond took the grab. Richardson off the ground. Wobbling, and the Tigers are in front by a point. It's 9-4 to 8-9. So much at stake in this game tonight. We said it was a mini final for both teams. One of those mid-season matches that mean so much. Wellman to bring it back in.
Well, Wellman going short. Can be dangerous. Oh, yes. Big chance here for Nash. Gives it to Free. Free around the corner. In front of goal. And a safe mark taken down there by Scotty Lee. Oh, gee, that was a dangerous kick in. Now he's got to come back and kick over the mark. But the crowd hate that, don't they, Ross?
I mean, it's there, but it's technical.
Very technical.
The umpires, if they don't do that, they get pulled up.
Scott Lee brings it to the half-back line. Greg Deere lopes at the back. Maynard is there. It's fisted to ground. Tapped on by Tregenza. Then by Wren. Broderick, a poor hand pass. Tregenza receives from Chris McDermott. Tregenza goes inside to Maynard. Maynard, a dangerous hand pass, a bad hand pass. Campbell, he went without it. Howard crushes his way through the back. Oh, this is a good game of football now. Here's Tregenza. Flagged. Oh, look at that by Michael Gale. On the Bond, who's been a great player, doing well. Bond to half forward. Richardson. Oh, the good mark. A very, very good mark taken by Wellman.
Goes wide, gets Anderson. Stretches him out. Anderson's got a lot of time to do something constructive. Richmond did that well, held him up. Anderson goes long, hard. Good mark. Too easy in the end because Maxfield caught underneath it. Well played hard. Goes to Maynard. Maynard to Rashudo. Excellent kick. Modra should take off. Rashudo will give him a chance. Goes to Modra now. Modra one out. Free kick against Turner. Just a test Modra though. He hasn't been kicking all that well. And you would doubt whether he'd goal from here. He's about he's going to kick from just inside 50. Mark and free kick. There goes Modra. Well, he's proved me wrong. Magnificent kick.
You should say more up for Bruce. Because of the distance, the angle, but the timing in this game. They needed that. They'd worked so very hard, the Crows, to get that ball forward. And through the sheer run, they've changed direction of play to the other side of the ground. And in doing so, handle the ball cleanly, and the goal results.
By 5 points as Modric kicked a beautiful goal from out in that half-forward line. Here's McGuinness. He's been hotly pressed all night and he loses it to Bauer. Bauer with pace. He really is a quick player. Nathan Bauer to the half-forward line. Jamison with courage. Flying over the back was Gale. There was no mark. It's hooked up in the air. And the pressure really on now. Scott Lee heads towards the line and eventually puts it over as Gale comes in late.
Jump been made by Richmond too. Mark Neal to come on the ground and Daffy the play to go off.
Oh, Neal will give them a bit more scoring power up there, up forward. Here's Wren and Pittman. Pittman gets it to McDermott. McDermott shuffles it back. He gets it to Scott Lee. Lee to centre wing. Players pushing and shoving. It comes over the back to Greg Deere. Hand pass was looking for Campbell. Eventually it's forced to the line right on centre wing with the Adelaide Crows leading by 5 points.
Almost night time here in Adelaide. It's about 5:30 Central Time. High kick away by Bauer. Just outside 50. Off hands. Chance for Lee. Under pressure. High tackle. Free kick. Just an awkward tackle by Neal. One arm on the back and one over the shoulder. Goes short to Brown. Not gaining a lot. Crows just 5 points in front. Modra's outstanding goal a moment ago, recapturing the lead. Tap forward by Smart. No free kick for Maynard. Rogers doesn't go very far. Kellaway, well played. Good grab by Deer. Gets a bit of distance, wobbles it to half forward. Bounce important. Neild attacks it strongly. Deep in the pocket, out of play. About 30 metres away from the point post. Neild, who kicked 4 goals against Collingwood. Ex-Geelong. Deer getting his wrist strapped up. Ren over the top, takes it out of the air, too hard. McDermott, free kick, no, not paid. Looked as if he was hung on to. Knights goes to ground. Ball still to be won. Brown wins it, gets a little kick away. Well played by Tregenza, used his body cleverly. Bond went in hard, he's been terrific tonight. Can't quite get the kick away. Brown over the top of it with Bauer.
You reckon he's been terrific? I'll say he has. Chris Bond, what a great game.
Well, McGuinness's stats are 5 and 4. This is for a bloke that normally gets around 30 to 35. He's had 5 kicks and 4 handballs, and Bond has had 8 and 7.
And he's done a lot of the bullocking, a lot of the hard work. Here's Brown to centre wing off the side of the boot, and there was a kick to touch. It just bounced before the line, again on true centre wing position. A very good game of football, a real contest between 2 pretty evenly matched sides. We wouldn't have said that in past years. Richmond have really improved. Here's the kick from Tony McGuinness. Michael Gale should go to the line here. That's good play. And a little bit stiff not to get a kick in the finish there. It was good play though, good defensive effort there, not to come back into the back towards the centre. Half forward, Smart, taps it with the left hand. Here's Tony free, a real little gutsy goer. The captain to half forward, Neild, couldn't mark. Knights, been fairly quiet. A big lift from him, it certainly helped. Bauer shoved out of it, and the umpire said the push was in the back. So Nathan Bauer, centre wing. A nice looking kick. He's looking for Richardson. Oh, that is a good mark. I thought he was out of position then, but up went the long arms. He's moving it quickly because Gale's here. Brendan Gale and Pittman. Here it is. Gale at the back, can't mark, and it comes off hands and through for behind.
Pittman's done a pretty good job on Gale. He's a difficult customer to account for, the big fellow in Gale. So Pittman, his mobility's been pretty good tonight. He's stuck to his task.
Lee to bring it back in. Crows 4 points in front. Goes short. Bickley, Wellman on the 50, gains another 10, goes to centre wing, Wiedemann the target. Good effort by the Weed. Legged surely, free kick to Broderick. It'll come back there. He's certainly lifted since half-time. Centre, Knights. No real danger in that. Knights always in the box seat. Campbell. Richmond mounting an attack. Campbell's kicked to half forward. Free the target. Good effort by McDermott. Play on call. Free goes back. Howard about 60 metres away. Bombs it in long. Gale sets himself. Well done again by Pittman. Who's roving? Maxwell on the left foot. Maxwell goes for goal and might have kicked it. He has got it. The Tigers are back in front. 10-5 to 9-9. Maxwell gets his first.
That was a great roving goal too, because he could sense that Pittman was going to have to spoil from behind Ben Gale. The kick from Hout was good, it was high, looking for the big fellow. In front, there goes the punch. Maxfield in front of Anderson, who was never going to catch him, but it had to be a great kick. Oh. Opportunist goal.
The Tigers by 2 points after a brilliant goal to Maxfield. Here's David Brown trying to crush his way. Here's Maxfield. I said he likes the wide open spaces because he is quick. Michael Gale trying to get it to Murphy. Callaway should say. Umpire calling the advantage. Here comes Maxfield with his booming long left foot kick. Richardson, a brilliant mark, the youngster. He's coming back in the form, and that's good play to get on with it and kick it in long in towards the square. Murphy back with the floater. Is it a goal? A booming kick, Richardson. A goal. Great play, the Tigers. Great play by that young player from Tasmania. Oh, the Tigers, they're a good side now. They lead by 8 points.
Yes, and they have to cause a reshuffle too, because Johnny Northey's taken Greg Deere on. He's got Ben going to the right and he's brought on Murphy, who's been picked up by Pittman. A mismatch there. A shuffle's going to happen. It has happened. Jamison's now got Murphy. Pittman to pick up Neal at centre-half forward. Well played, Richardson. Great goal. There he's on screen.
He's been good too in this term, Richardson. Gale goes hard at Wren. Anderson. Maxfield's been on top in this quarter. Now Wren to half forward. Modra can't quite get that far. Kluzek in the front spot. Takes it away from Gale. Richmond hold it up. Kellaway, McGuinness and Kluzek put the tackle on. And it'll be a bounce down 40 metres from the Crows' goal. There's Deere. They're working on him.
Is that forearm, Bruce?
Yeah. Let's hope he's okay. 150th. His brother played his 100th yesterday. Paul Deere. What a coincidence. Tapes kick. Well done, Maxfield. It was going to be a hard ball to take. He knocked it over the head and pushed it about 20 or 30 metres forward. And the little things that Richmond are doing are adding up to something a bit special at the moment.
Well, they call those the 1%ers.
11.599. Again, Deere being worked on. He'd be itching to get back out there. Campbell to Bond. Good handball to Maxfield. Tigers are on top. Maxfield runs along the boundary line. Goes with a centering kick to centre half forward. Richardson, well done, Wellman. Who's roving? It bad bounce for Rogers, but he's got Maynard. Jamison. Crows rattled just for a moment. Oh, hard gone. No holding the footy. Richmond can't believe it.
Maynard was lucky too to be not penalised. He hung on for a while. Tried to break the tackle.
The umpires threw away the whistle then.
Here he goes. He tried to break it. That's holding the cherry.
That should have been holding the ball. I'm with you.
And then Jamison froze up a bit and then Hart broke a tackle and caught. Tigers a bit stiff, 60 metres away. Gale to Broderick. Good handball. Campbell to fall forward. Richardson gets back. Well done that time by Wellman. And it'll be a throw in the pocket. Neil Curley, what have you got to report about?
Yes, there's a bit of a cut through in the arm area and been stitched up and now wrapped, and he should be okay.
Now, Curls, are you sure Tony Hall's not injured?
No, yeah, Tony Hall has got a quad muscle, a quad thigh injury.
Thank you for that. Here's Pittman.
Well, he's getting it back to Brown. The Crows under pressure down there. Oh, lip tack. Not Tregenza, I should say. As the kick comes towards the half-back line. Players pouncing on top of it. McGuinness hasn't been able to break the shackles and he gets a free kick. That was holding the man. 2.5 minutes of play in this third term. Johnny Howard on the mark. Tony McGuinness, a high floating drop punt up towards half forward. Oh, good mark, Michael Gale. That back line with Gale and Tape. Gee, they're good. Callaway, he's tough. Howard and Turner have improved. Matthew Knight marks centre of the ground. He should be bombing along because they've got high markers down there. Matthew Knight swings onto his left, runs around the man. That's good play. Now he's going to belt it long to the pocket. Here's Richardson going to fly, and the youngster is marked again. Oh, if he kicks this, the Crows are in strife.
Geez, good play by Knights, wasn't it?
Oh,
fantastic kick.
That's the sort of quality they've been looking from him.
Well, he's kicked 3, Ross. The beauty of Richardson, he's 6'4", and he's just so quick.
Yes.
He's had a big quarter, hasn't he?
Well,
he has his teammates.
He has to kick this 52 metres and won't be an easy kick. It's a long, long way to kick a drop punt. There it is. Will it clear the pack? It's close. Oh, it was touched right on the line by Pittman.
Well, just as well he flew because no one else was going to.
Oh, gee, it nearly cleared the pack. 63 plays 72, a 9-point margin as the kick comes way out there to Wellman at half-back.
From Lee. Crows besieged at the moment, under great pressure. Hart gets it from his lookalike. He goes to centre wing, hugging the boundary. Wren the target, Gale. Maynard still underneath him. Benny Gale there. Michael Gale. Maynard. Campbell. Hurled up. Bounce. Inside the last minute. Graham Corn's about to come down. Unhappy. Couldn't be pleased with what's happened in this third quarter. What a turnaround. 17-point lead. At half-time, the Crows currently trailing by 9. Anderson under pressure. Only as far as Rashudo holding the footy. Crows won't like that.
Gee, if they get another one, it'd be handy, wouldn't it?
Campbell from centre wing. So an important mark one way or the other. Jamison. Richardson. No free kick to Jamison, is it?
over the shoulder, Bruce.
Well, Richardson marked it too, you know.
Oh, second grab. He didn't have first hands on it, Pete, I don't think.
Don't you think?
No, I think Jamison had first grab at it. Jamison, there he goes. First touch.
Oh, no.
Oh, you're right, actually. He's on the chest.
But it was a free kick in the meantime.
Oh, that was lucky.
Big danger here. Jamison coming wide, looking for Wellman. In the dying seconds of the third quarter, Wellman goes to centre wing. Siren sounds. And what a turn for the Tigers. They kick 6-3 to 2-1. And Richmond are in the box seat. 11-6 to 9-9. Chalmers being pointed at by Corns. Graham Corns obviously saying to Chalmers, you're on, get ready. And we'll be back with the final term after this. It should be one of the best last quarters of the year. 11-6 to 9-9. Ren to go, Gale runs straight at him. Broderick missed it, there was a hand on him. Bickley gets his 9th kick for the match, straight up in the air, free, a terrific mark. Rather tape, I should say. Goes out to Gale. Gale goes to half forward. Naish well played by Lee, bouncing ball, McGuinness sits and waits. Bond high tackle. Played it brilliantly, Bond.
What about the way he tapped it to himself, Ross? Yeah. That was great play.
Oh, he's a clever player.
43,052, the official crowd. Bond to Gale. Outside 50. Tigers are leading. High ball to full forward. Chalmers sets himself back by Neild in the front spot. The ball hung in the air, didn't it? It stayed up there and Neild was able to take a courageous mark.
Yes, well, Chalmers, Bruce, who hasn't been on the ground until this first couple of minutes, wouldn't have realised that ball was going to drop. And in the end, he realised he couldn't mark, and it wasn't a very good attempt to spoil.
It's a pretty good kick, Neild, but I said Modra wouldn't kick one before. I better be careful here. Neild to kick it from 25 metres out. It's a good kick. Missed when Richardson was sailing at home for a goal.
I think he was trying to con the goal by Matthew Richardson.
What a roar, 11-7 to 9-9.
What a let-off.
What a vital kick. Gee, that would have made it difficult for Adelaide, but he missed it. Mark Neild. Now here's Wellman. That's good play to go straight down the centre. Broderick was at the back, was fisted away by Neild. Chalmers, it's held to him. Umpire calls play on, and now he'll come in and bounce.
Ring's gone to centre half forward.
Yeah, it's a great opportunity for Chalmers to stand up and be counted here.
Well,
pressure situation, fresh legs.
Well, there he is to do the ruck work, and he's uncontested. Copped the clip around the ear, loses the ball in the tackle. Hart runs into a brick wall. Chalmers to McDermott. On to Smart. I like him better in defence. On to Jamison. Centre wing, the race is on for the ball. Campbell gets there first. He's a highly skilled player, Wayne Campbell. To the half-forward line and uncontested to Jamison, and John Northey won't like that. Jamison, a booming kick to centre wing. Oh, good mark, Duncan Callaway.
It's one of those quiet achievers. Mature as a footballer at 21 years of age. Rogers in the front. Maynard tapped it away. Hart got it away from Knights. Bond's handball was good to Campbell. Campbell to Neild. Neild to Richardson. Good grab. He's a thumping kick.
Sorry, Bruce, if he had to turn around more quickly, Murphy would run to the square on his own. Players must turn around. Doesn't matter where you are when you take the ball in that 50-metre arc. You've got to turn around quickly and face goal. Look at those opportunities in front of you.
Slightly more difficult than the goal Modra kick. It would take a magnificent kick from the pocket here. Richardson goes for it. Gee, good attempt. It is a behind over the line. Neild unhappy, saying that he'd taken the mark inside. So Richardson goes to 3 goals 3, and the Tigers 11-8 to 9-9. They need a goal. They've had the ball in their forward line for the first 3 minutes of the final term.
Ryan Jamison, 11 points the margin. The Tigers lead. Punched away by Wiedemann. It's to the advantage of Richmond. Naish. It went past Maxfield. Here's Anderson to the half-forward line. Wren now playing at half-forward, traps it, gets it back to Rashudo. Rashudo had a great first term. Handball straight to Gale. The Tigers are committed as Gale goes forward to the half-forward line. A pack of players fly. It hits the deck. Naish. What was it, Bob? It was Bob. Gets it to Maxfield. Up in front of goal, the youngster, Murphy. Oh, boy. He's marked 40 metres from goal, 45-degree angle. What an important kick, Ross.
Oof. It'll be his first. Spent most of the time on the bench, Pete. Jamison a bit too far behind, and Jamison's had a pretty good game.
Justin Murphy, a product of the strong under-18 competition in Melbourne. A very talented young player and a young kid. A pressure kick for goal. He'll have to kick to the left goal post and swing it in. And what a vital kicker to put them 3 goals in front or a point under. There's the kick. It's too far to the right. It won't quite make the distance. The ball's still in play. Here's Chalmers, Brett Chalmers. Oh, he's kicked it straight back to Neil. Or was it Bauer? Up to it was Bauer, in fact. And hit the post. So it's 12 points the margin now.
Kicked 3 points in this turn, the Tigers. Newell missing the easy one. Richardson and Bauer banging them back in. 11-9 to 9-9. There's Wren. It's come up the ground. Long ball out wide. Lee and Nasha there. And out of play. Well, the Crows desperate to break it up now to get some rhythm, some handball, some run going. 2 goals behind. They're led by 17 points at half-time. Broderick went over the top. Kellaway. Richmond getting so much of the football in the first part of this final term. Bond got it to Bauer. Free. Centering kick. Richardson outnumbered. Goes to ground. Chance for Rogers. Taken away from him. Anderson got it. Good tackle on him. Lee has to keep a cool head. Squeezes it out wide. Maynard and Murphy. Maynard fell over. Murphy still there. Maynard traps it in. Tackled by, well played by Rogers. Back turn brilliantly. Left foot to the front of the goal square. Important ball. Big fly coming from Chalmers. Play on call.
No, it's played the mark, Bruce.
Giving him the mark.
I thought it was a mark.
Yeah, he had a fair bit of it. Gee, what an important ball at the front of the square.
Yep. He's able to go back there as a spare man because Wren's picked up Benny Gale to do the ruck work.
Goes short, gets to Jamison. Jamison goes with a long one to centre wing.
Over the back was Duncan Kellaway. Gee, is he an improved player? He is a tough little nut across that back line. He doesn't. There he is. He's been given all the big jobs all year and he's done it particularly well. Really good, solid defender. There's Gale. Gets it to Kellaway. Inside to Broderick. Here's Bauer. Caught. Gets in a hand pass. Here's Murphy around the corner. They need a mark. The Tigers punched away. Good play, Maynard. But it looked a certain mark. Great play by Rodney Maynard to punch it away from Rogers.
Well, it's the moment for desperate things now.
Well, they've got all the play, Richmond. It hardly been down. It hasn't been down the Crows' end.
You really think that the Crows could not concede the next goal. They're trailing by 2, but since half-time they've only managed 2 goals in about 40 minutes of football.
Yeah, 26-point turnaround that third quarter.
Wren goes with Gale. Quick kick away by Lee. Campbell, Brown, Tate, Wiedemann. Tate on top of Wiedemann all night. Punches it out of play at centre wing. The danger for Richmond is that if the Crows can get into attack and kick a quick one, because Richmond have had the ball in their forward line for the first 7.5 minutes of this final term.
Well, it's on centre wing. Wren versus Gale. Umpire called play on as he hooks it over the back. Here's the dangerous Broderick. Broderick couldn't pick it up. It's a loose ball. Chalmers can go to Tregenza. Tregenza's got it. A handball looking for Rashudo. Good use of the body by Gale. But Rashudo's got it. He sprints clear. It's up in front of the Crows' goal. Mogra can't mark. He's got it. Keeps it in play. Good play. It's shuffled back for Adelaide by Kluzak. And the umpire said it was over the line. So they'll throw in deep in that forward pocket.
Gee, Simon Tregenza's got to learn to handball left hand. He just never ever tries. Puts himself under pressure and his teammates.
Chalmers in the front. Brown hooks the left foot back towards the 20-metre line. Standing his ground, Bauer. Wiedemann running in hard. Bickley's there, can't break through. Handball by Broderick. Chance for Modric. Went to ground. Gets it to Tregenza. Tregenza straight up in the air. In fact, goes away from the goal, if anything. Red play on. Caught. Handball. Bickley goes to ground. Tigers everywhere. Brown with a little kick. Broderick's handball good. Gale comes away. Vacant space. Bouncing ball. Going to the boundary line. After Lee. Inside. Good kick, McDermott.
He's got players short.
Rashudo's the target. At the back, Gale did a wonderful job to hold his ground. centre wing. Maynard again, good footy. Bouncing ball. Hart just paddles it forward. Rogers onto it. Gets a little kick away. This is inside 50. Smart's out after it. You can feel the pulse rising here. Smart goes out wide.
I think he went for the line then too, Nigel Smart.
Yeah, good shift too by Ben Hart. I thought Chris McDermott could have gone shirt to Brown. It was a long kick to try and throw under a shooter. Had to be spot on.
Well, 2 goals the difference. It's a loose ball again. Knights and McDermott. Free kick to McDermott. Too high. An indiscriminate tackle that by Matthew Knights. He didn't have to do that. As Chris McDermott, the evergreen, holds his head on to Ben Hart. The next goal vitally important. Michael Gale at the back went for the fist. Bond has been outstanding. Callaway. Bond again. Oh, great play by Chris Bond. Look at that. He kicks it wide. That was desperation by Bond. Here's Jamison running away from Murphy. Gets it to Anderson. Anderson swings onto the left boot. Looking for Modra. Good play by Turner. Tap back. Good desperate play, Howard. He should head for the line, and he does. Oh, that Richmond defence has improved 100% in the last 12 months.
Look at the tension all around this ground. 43,000 people here. 11 minutes to go. Richmond are 2 goals in front. Chalmers won the tap. McGuinness was at the back. Free kick to Bond. Advantage given. Campbell runs away. A second bounce. Then goes short to centre wing looking for Brendan Gale. Free kick, no. Smart was over the top. Newell's there with Wren. Wren did pretty well, but back to Campbell. Handball on the up. Away goes free. A second bounce. Goes to fall forward. Getting back is Lee. Bouncing ball. Lee turns out of trouble. Quick kick away. Chance for Jamison. Safe hands under pressure. Takes the mark. Goes short to Brown. We've got to move at the Crows. Brown goes short. Oh, danger. Oh, well played by Hart. Brilliant skills. The handball over the top's a beauty to McDermott. Modra leads now. McDermott goes to him. Cutting it off was Tate. Tate, well played.
Oh, what a player.
Little kick to Broderick, and the Tigers are going like winners. I know there's a long way to go, and I shouldn't say that, but gee, they're playing well.
Duncan Callaway, the long booming kick to the half-forward line, punched away by Maynard. Here's his partner down there in Scott Lee. They do it time and time again. Ben Hart breaks the toes, walks beautifully, brings it to centre wing. McDermott to Brown, who's on his left foot. David Brown rings it to half-forward, and the mark has been taken by the new player. Matthew Kluzak, way out at half forward. A vital passage of play coming up towards Modra. Modra at the back. Here's a goal coming up to the shooter. Shot points the defence. 2 goals to Marcus Shooter. And have a look at this. What strike kick in it.
Well, it's amazing, isn't it? I mean, the Crows when they've gone forward have been inept. More so not in the first half, and here everyone was waiting for a free kick, standing still with Shudo. How timely. Here was the player that kicked the goal last week. In the right spot. Plenty of time for the Crows if they want to get up, and that's the critical thing if they want to.
Listen to that roar here at Footy Park. 10-9 to 11-9. Rashudo with 2 goals. The Crows get a goal against the trend in this final term. Wren. Left tap. Maxfield. Richmond has played with spirit all year. Richardson. Onto it, Wren. Breaks a tackle, caught. Murphy. Hart paddles it forward. Anderson after it. Hip and shoulders coming in. Anderson still there. Held up. Ball up. 9 minutes remaining. A goal the difference. Richmond with so much of the footy in the final term without a goal to show for it. Maxfield runs onto it. High ball, Richardson should mark it. He's got it. I'm sorry, this is a pretty big kick, Roscoe.
My word.
Kick 3 goals 3.
I'm sure you'll feel the pressure here too. That high ball gave himself a chance because he was in front.
Well, look how far back he's gone.
Well, the great Richmond champion Michael Roach has been working hard with Matthew Richardson in kicking.
He's gone back 35 metres on the mark. The player on the mark's about 35 metres from goal. Richardson gets up to 50 now. Takes his time.
good sign of maturity there for the Richmond players, not getting rattled by that goal from Rashudo and drop their heads. They have the lead. They're the ones that are attacking. Maxfield on his wrong foot, the right. Just gets it up high enough and it carried far enough for Richardson to run onto it.
And the secret to getting that, grip the ball quickly, Ross.
Don't muck around with handball, Pete. Pressure situations, kick it forward as far as you can.
The Tigers by 2 goals. Red, look at he swapped by 3 Richmond players. Here's Brown, a quick kick to the half-forward line. They fly. It's no mark. Here's Bauer. A hand pass the Tigers again. Well played, Gale. Loses the ball in the tackle. Is it holding the ball? No. And the umpire's going to come in and bounce, and the Adelaide Crows fans and players do not like it. Almost in the centre of the ground. Richmond by 12 points in a magnificent performance. They've come to Football Park committed. Neil Curley mentioned that before the game he could see they were a committed side, and there's the knock-on. Anderson, a sweeping hand pass. Brown runs onto it. He knocks it on. Oh, desperation by the Tigers. Here's Tregenza. Now Chris McDermott. 40 metres. Oh, McDermott's drifted it to the right. And the Richmond supporters at home in Melbourne would be breathing a sigh of relief.
Well, he's been pretty accurate all year, McDermott. He's kicked 5 straight coming to this game, and today he's kicked 2 points.
10-10, 12-9. Imagine those Richmond supporters in Melbourne would be on the edge of their chairs. Hope their telly doesn't break down in the next 7 minutes. Turn along. It's the only way to go now. Gale got a good grip of it. Wren goes back. Brown with a long ball. Lip takes underneath it. Take it away from him. No mark paid. Turner. Gale. Michael Gale spins out of trouble. Handball was excellent. Got to Bauer. Bauer outside 50 now. Handball over the top to Kellaway. Kellaway, little handball over the top to Gale. Back to Kellaway. Did he run out of play? No, he didn't. Kellaway gets it up to half forward. Rogers in the front spot. At the back, Maynard. Push forward the footy for the Tigers. Over the top of it was Lee. Brown squeezes it around his body. Centre wing, Tregenza rides the tackle. Caught the second time. Ball up. Matthew Knight says it was holding it.
You don't get rewarded for a strong tackle, do you?
No,
look at this.
He tries to break the tackle. It comes up high.
Caught.
Down you go.
Well, I don't know. Centre wing. Wren was shuffled out of it by Matthew Knights. That could be a mark to Broderick. Yes, it just travelled the required distance, I think. The Adelaide crowd don't think so. Paul Broderick. The Tigers hanging on tenaciously. Here's Maynard. That's a good mark by Rodney Maynard. Can the Crows get up? Just under the 6 minutes now. They have to kick 2 goals. A half forward. Packer players fly. Here's Brendan Gales doing a fine job in this last term. Danger though. David Brown to Liptak. The lead is on. Michael, no! He drops it. Oh boy. He's got it though. Michael sprints clear. Kicks a goal. Oh, another miss to the Adelaide Crows. I don't think it's their night.
2-3 to Modric.
Oh, he would have snaffled that one last year, wouldn't he, that mark?
10-11, 12-9.
That's the fine line, isn't it, with confidence and form.
5.5 minutes remaining. Can Richmond win 4 in a row? Turner, long. Gale sets himself with Wren. Chalmers at the back. Now he can thump the ball into the goal square.
He's got 2 out here wide.
He's going to go wide now. Clues out. He waited too long. Richmond got back. Bauer. Broderick. Terrific second half. Kellaway. Quick kick away under pressure. Richmond must fancy their chances here. Neal. Besieged. Handball straight to Brown. Rather Anderson. Caught by Knights. Put it down on the footy. The ground. Now Brown. And they swamp him. Neal and also Rogers. Bounce down.
Vital seconds ticking away there, Bruce.
Still 4 3/4 minutes remaining. Richmond are 2 straight kicks in front.
Well, the Crows have to score 2 goals, and that's a handy little buffer as we see Anderson around the corner of the half-forward line. Tape versus Liptak. Liptak gets there first, but Tape lays the tackle at Kellaway. Good play to knock it back to the line. They're real old-fashioned tough defenders, these Richmond players.
Well, you got Francis Burke involved there in your match committee. That's how they would shape.
Well, Francis Burke would be one of the best tacklers I have ever seen in VFL or AFL. So they've got the right man teaching them. Well, that was good play by Gale to go back to the line again, wasting valuable seconds. Wren and Gale. Wren at the back tried to grab it out of the ruck. He's very mobile. Gets it to McGuinness, who's been well held. Lip tack. Doesn't hold it long enough. Hand pass. Comes out to Free. Free to the half-forward line. The race is on the bounce. Oh, look at Murphy. Great play, Murphy. Hooks it back. Wellman. Oh, Richardson. Richardson again. Was he grabbed? Wellman. Lane. Smart. Loses it. Richardson. Could be the sealer. No. Up in the air. In front of the Richmond goal. Oh, it's a mark. It's a mark to deal. This could be the sealer. Neil will kick from 10 metres. Oh, boy. They really deserve to win at Richmond, Ross.
Well, they've had most of the play, Pete, in this, and they've looked the better side. They've really bottled up the Crows. And see here, great attack there. Oh, Rogers again. Pressure fight forwards like that is what you need. Mind you, the handball gave him a chance.
Well, a chance to make it 3 straight kicks they'll have to get from directly in front. Mark Neal's put it through for a goal. Tigers by 17 points.
13-9 to 10-11.
Yes, and Neil's had very little time on the ground tonight, but just making sure he was the one that went for the footy here. This handball from Lee, he had no option really. Perhaps he could have gone towards the boundary line, but he saw Smart was free, but it was just a floater. And here Neil was the only one who really had any idea where the ball was.
3 goals in 3.5 minutes. You would think it's an impossibility. Seeing the Crows have only kicked 3 goals in the last half. Broderick, Gale, goes long. Richardson the target. Well done that time by Wellman. The Adelaide defence is under great pressure. Rogers, left foot. It's a behind. 13-10 to 10-11. 2 goals, 1 to Rogers. Tiger fans, and there are a few of them here, they're screaming. Lee straight down the centre. They need a big mark for Wren. Over the back, Tregenza should give it to Smart. Smart back to Tregenza. McDermott. McDermott a high ball. Mondra's going to leave it. Clues out of the back. Surely a goal. Lip tap. The Crows have still got a chance. Lip tap with a late goal. There's still time. 11-11 to 13-10.
Well, it'd be a bit of a front roost they got up. I mean, I know they'll persist, but Richmond has certainly played the better footy. I mean, as you said, the Crows have struggled for goals after half-time.
But it was the one thing that could keep them alive, a goal very quickly. And it just gives them some hope, doesn't it?
No question, yep.
The game's alive.
They don't go forward out of this centre break.
11 points, 2 goals the Crows have to score. Gee, Richmond have had nearly all the play in this term. Gale's been terrific in the ruck in this term. So let's see who gets it out the centre. Brendan Gale, good play by the big fella. That is desperation stakes. Down towards Smart. Here's young. Oh, Murphy, a free kick. Yes. He was definitely grabbed up the ball when he's got the free at half forward. Oh, what a vital passage of play coming up. This is good play by the youngster. A cool head, wastes time, and he gives a little chip pass across to Michael Gale.
Yes, who did the right thing too, Pete, by running hard to get there.
And back it comes to Bond, who's been outstanding. What a fine job on Tony McGuinness.
Pretty close to votes there, Bond.
Well, McGuinness has had 8 and 4. Well, I've never seen McGuinness have stats like that in a match. And Bond has been outstanding player. He's had 10 and 11. So not only has he run with him, oh, look, they're just wasting time here across the Knights as the time clock ticks down. Well, I wouldn't go another one with you, Ross. I'd be bombing it in long to that square.
Try and get a score from this.
He'll get warmed here. That's silly play. It can be reversed. So Matthew Knight's now going to bomb it in long. Let's see if someone can take a mark for the Tigers. Richardson, oh, cool, nearly got a free kick. It's a loose ball with Murphy. Oh, he picks it up brilliantly. Shuffles it back into play. The Crows a chance. Oh, good play. Matthew Rogers is here. Good player. Desperation by these young Tigers.
And it's been that youthful exuberance too, Pete, that's kept them up there. Their preparedness to run and not give up has been terrific.
Wren and Gale go together. McDermott at the back. Crows need a quick breakaway. McDermott caught. Wren, Jamison. Long left footer. Tape sets himself and takes a beauty. And wide. They've got the numbers, Richmond. Tony Free didn't take the mark. Still with numbers. A handball, not good. A turnover. McDermott. Dragenza. Brown. A second bounce. He's at 55 metres. Goes for goal. Modra off balance. Sets himself at the back. Goes to ground. Clues at left foot. Goal! What a goal! 12-11 to 13-10. There's still enough time. And young Kluzek, the handball to Liptap, a goal, and then that one, but Tony Free down
Just
the
that
other end.
fumble, that's all you need though, Bruce. It's all it is in these situations, and the luck goes against you. There are Adelaide players around him, and they made full advantage, or took full advantage of that. Right on Kluzek, and not an easy kick. Well done.
5 points the margin. Tigers lead. Who's going to get it out of the centre? That is the big question. Gale won it. Hand pass comes over to the Maxfield. He should run with it. He's very quick. He'll kick it long. Oh, good kick too. Up to Richardson. Richardson at the... Oh, they didn't contest. Nuts. Oh, Matthew Knights around the corner of the left foot. Oh, a point's handy. 6 points the margin with 40 seconds of play.
The Crows had a draw last week.
Oof.
They need a goal for a draw here. Wellman straight down the centre. Neil's in the box seat. Thumps it to Murphy. Any score will do. Long one. Point will be enough. Surely that's the ball game. It's got to be enough. 13-12 to 12-11. Wellman will have to wait. Straight down again. Wren has to mark it, goes to ground, punch forward, handball over to Wren, back to Smart, Smart caught up, Bond again, they're home the Tigers, Bower with a little one, the Tigers are going to win their 4th game in a row, for the first time since 1985, it's 9 long years, and the Tigers have done a remarkable job here. The siren's about to go. They've won it. They're celebrating on the boundary line. Rogers to make it sting a little bit more. 7 points in front. It matters not that it drifts away and hits the post. Who cares if you're a Tiger? Well, they've had some great wins in the last 3 weeks. Collingwood, North and the D's. But this is the daddy. This is the best one. No question about that. And for the 3rd time this year, Adelaide has beaten at home.
Yes, and they've never beaten. What a great time to do it. John Northey said you couldn't have come to Adelaide more prepared. He said that before the game. Whilst you can say that, you've still got to have the players perform that task on the field. They've done it enormously well. Full congratulations to them. A great effort, Bruce. It really was.
To think it's the first time they've ever beaten Adelaide. Tony McGuinness, well, the disappointment on his face says it all for the Crows. And the Richmond team. Well, how dare anybody suggest that John Northey shouldn't keep his job after all of this in the last month?
And good to see. Looks as if he might have Tony Free too down there with curls, Bruce. I think it was good of him to come across.
Good on you, Curls. Go ahead with the captain of the Tigers.
Yes, well, we have the captain of the Richmond Football Club, Tony Free, with us. Tony, the build-up for this game, I was down the route before the game. It was very intense, and I think John had you in a tremendous frame of mind.
Yeah, you did have us in a great frame of mind. I think the boys are, very determined and very committed bunch at the moment, and they're just doing everything they can to win games, and I think that's important.
There's a quarter time when the Crows led into the breach, which was there. You boys showed, I thought then, tremendous courage and commitment in those final. You won the hard ball on the ground, and you fought hard and you tackled very well.
Yeah, the last 2 or 3 games we've come from behind, and after that first quarter, although I was a little bit worried, I knew the boys were going to fight it out, and we knew the Crows generally have a bit of a poor 3rd quarter, the statistics show. So at half time we were just really committed at the ball, and to the boys' credit, they played very well.
So you must have done your homework well if you knew the Crows had that poor 3rd quarter.
Yeah, we've got Kevin Morris down there, and he just about knows everything. I think he's bases a lot of his tactics on the statistics, and it showed that in the 3rd quarter that the Crows were sort of generally, down, I think.
Great turnaround for the club, who 5 weeks ago you looked down and out, but you've turned it around with some tremendous commitment by all the players.
Yeah, I think so, and that's all the players it is too. It's a very team-orientated side and a very even side, I think. There's not too many champions out there, but everyone puts in and does a good job.
Well, Tony, well done, and thank you very much.
Thanks, Neil.
All the best.